In the next step of this project, we're going to set up our spreadsheet so that we can keep track of how much money we've gained or lost. So you can say I added 4 new columns: current share price, current value, gain or loss, and then the percent gain or loss. Now for this current share price, I could go out to the web and I could look up the values every day and update my spreadsheet, but that would be rather tedious and a real pain. One of the nice things with Excel is I can create live data connections to a website to automatically pull those values in, and that's what we're going to do right now. In order to do that, I need to go to Moodle and access or get this msnmoney.iqy file. I don't want to open it. What I want to do is right click and do save link as, and I'm going to put it on my desktop once it pops up here. There we go. And now I'm going to save it to my desktop. Should make it really easy to access. And then I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet. And I want to insert that data connection. So first I'm going to create a new tab because I don't want to put all of that live data right here in the spreadsheet. I want to contain a separate sheet. So I'm going to click New Sheet. Then I'm going to go up to my Data tab. And then come over here to the section that says External Data, and there should be a button for Existing Connections. Now inside my existing connections, I really don't have any existing connections yet, so it will probably be blank. We'll have just stuff like this on yours. But once we create this connection, you'll see it there. So to create it, I'm going to go to Browse for More, go to my desktop. Oops. There we go. And here's my MSM Money connection that I just downloaded. So I'm going to open that connection. All right, now I need to tell it where to put it. Now, if I've already created my new sheet and my active cell is A1, then that's good. So that's where I want it. But before I hit OK, I need to change one property. So I'm going to click Properties. And I want this data to refresh every time I open the file. So every time I go open file, say tomorrow I come open Excel, the day after I open Excel, I want it to go to the web, look up the new values, and insert those new values. So I'm going to click this option that says refresh data when opening the file, and then I'm going to hit OK. And now I'm going to hit OK again. Okay, here's where I need to tell it which stocks to look up. Now instead of typing in each of the symbols, since I already have them typed in sheet 1, I'm going to go select those. So I'm going to click this little button right here. It's going to kind of minimize this. It's going to allow me to go back to sheet 1, and I can highlight the symbols for the companies. Now this is where it's very important to make sure that you have typed these symbols correctly. If you type them incorrectly, you're just going to get an error when you go to find the current values of those. So I've selected those. I'm going to come back up and check this button again to open it back up. Now each time it opens the spreadsheet, it's going to go refresh the values, look up the values. So I want to make sure it uses these same symbols every single time. So I'm going to put a check mark in this box to make sure it looks up those same companies every time, and then I'm going to hit OK. And after waiting a few seconds, here we go. So here is all the live data. Netflix right now, the last closing cost was $93.67, Exxon $89.39, etc. Now what I want to do is take these values and I want to put them in sheet 1 under the current share price. So here's a real easy way to do that. Since this is the sheet that's going to be updated every time we open Excel, we want to link to these values. We don't want to copy and paste. We want to actually link to those. So what I'm going to do is put it equals here in cell F3 for my Netflix current price. And I'm going to come over to cell D3, it looks like, D4, and you can see up here it says equals sheet 3 because I apparently had a sheet 2 on there already and deleted it, so put sheet 3. Yours is probably going to say sheet 2, and then the exclamation mark separates the sheet name from the cell name. Then after I selected that, I just hit enter, and it puts that 93.67 over here. Now since we highlighted these in order on sheet 3, all of these are in the same order, so now we can use our handy dandy little fill handle. Grab that fill handle and drag down, and basically it is now copying these values from each cell over on sheet 3 for me, sheet 2 for you. So these are my current prices. So now to calculate my current value, well, my current value is going to be the current price times how many shares I purchased. So back here in C3. And then I can fill that down. My gain or loss, well, my gain or loss is going to be how much it's currently worth minus how much I spent on it, which was the initial cost. And you can see I just did this project, started it about an hour ago, and I've already lost $136 in Netflix. Maybe that wasn't such a great purchase. So now I'm going to fill this down and see how I'm doing in the others. Got something very weird going on here with my United Health. I'm going to go double check that and see. Yeah, current share price. I must have copied something wrong there. If you see that kind of a loss right away, you know you did something wrong. And this is showing the current share price is $15. I had it as 136, so I'm going to have to go double check that and fix that. But I'll do that later. I'll finish the project first and then figure out what I did wrong there. Now to find the percent gain or loss, well, to do that, we need to take how much we gained or lost and divide it by the initial cost, which is in column E. And I'm going to fill these down. And it's putting them in as decimals. Obviously, I'd want to come up to my home tab, click on the percent, and I'll increase my decimal place. There we go. So all of them are losing money right now except Verizon, and obviously my United Health I need to fix because I have not lost 88% of my money already. But obviously the market's going down a little bit today since everything is losing. But basically that is how you set up your spreadsheet so you can track your gains or losses. Every time you open it now, this column is going to update based on whatever gets imported into your sheet too, so you can keep track of your gains or losses. The rest of the assignment is basically just formatting it, making it look better, which is all review, so you should be able to handle that. So go ahead and format it, make it look a little bit better than this, and then turn it in.